Yes, go ahead with your question.
So I wanted to know the difference between bhavana and samvar. Indriya Bhavana and Indriya Samvar.
Okay, so there is in Anapana Sati Katha, he talks about, there is an explanation by Venerable Sariputta on Bhavana. Bhavana is meaning of that is to stay in that. Whatever you are doing, you stay in. That is Bhavana. So Indriya Bhavana Sutta talks about how you should treat the Indriyas to what they are. And you stay with that. You got the point. Whereas Indriya Samvara is about looking at what these ayatanas or indriyas are going to do. So when there is phas contact, what really happens? So then you will get feeling, and with the feeling you get perception. When there is perception, you will symbolize because perception always has a symbol. So you stop symbolizing. I'll give a simple example to make things easier. Let's say I'm walking on the road and I'm just walking on the road. So all the objects are moving, or in the car, let's say. I just traveling, not interested in anything per se. I'm just looking in the front, all the objects are moving. So I have done somewhere of that, meaning I'm not allowing the eyes to go and graze whatever is there. I have not made the ear get into the some sound or like that. Okay. So just moving. But if you keenly observe, you will get into a real peaceful state of mind. Just wait to observe. The things are moving. Just observe the movement. You'll see the anicca nature in that because it just keeps on moving like a river. All objects are moving. Now I stop that and I watch something. When I'm watching, the focus from here will come into that object. When I'm seeing that object, there's a symbolization of what that object is. So, with the focus comes the attention. This manasikara. So, when I'm having the manasikara, I have two kind of attention. One is a yoniso manasikara, which means that I'm seeing what that object truly is. Or I have a ioniso manasikara, taking the object whatever I see it should be. Let's take this iPhone as an example, which through which I'm recording. So now I get the sanya perception that this iPhone and it is my iPhone, and through this I'm recording. So the recording is pretty good. Okay. So that gives Nana Vyanjana. Vyanjana is to describe. So Nana Vyanjana is to describe in different ways. Nana means different kinds. So Nana Vyanjana means describe in many ways. So I keep on describing what this is, what this experience is all about. And to stop doing that is just somewhere. So Animitta, you have to do it and don't do Nana Vyanjana. Don't describe. Just watch. A thought might come, just watch it. A sound might come, just watch it. A taste might come, just watch it. A touch can come, just watch it. So this watching is the witness. So you just witness that. Don't take part in that. And not taking part is a samvara. I think I was typing out that your connection went off.
Line got dropped, I guess, due to some net issue, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. So
Sorry,
now,
please could you repeat that? Yeah.
what should I repeat?
When the line got dropped, you were saying some statement.
No,
Someone.
the
Yeah.
simple thing is the samvara is all about stopping this symbolizing and the describing. Witness, just witnessing it, not creating anything out of it. Yes,
So does it mean that instead of describing the things, we have to look them literally what they are from the
yes.
perspective of the dhatus and all?
No, no, you don't have to do anything of that. It will automatically come to dhatu. So the objective of understanding the dhatu is to let go of this feeling that this is my body and this is somebody's body, like that. Okay. That Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara Vinyana, if you go deeper into it, what it tells us is that there's nothing called as your body and there's nothing called as her body or whatever it is. It's just body. It's coming out of food. So then the interest goes away. Now, when that happens, you are having a samvara, restraint. So you're restraining the senses from grazing something which it should not be grazing. It's not about looking from dhatu. Having understood the dhatu, this will automatically happen. Got it? So I'll again give the same example. So now let's say you're sitting in the car. Sati will not be there, that the car is moving and you're just watching these objects moving. You are not moving. You're sitting in the car. You're witnessing it. It's just a witness to what is moving. But when you set your focus on something, this movement stops and you are only in that focus. And then the manasikara comes. That manasikara is a attention. So you attend to that, like I'm attending to it. When I'm attending to this camera, I cannot attend to you. If I attend to you, I cannot attend the camera. You got the point? So the sati is broken. There are two portions in it. One is manasikara, another one is sati. So when I am focusing on a particular object, I have to do the manasikara. And when I do the manasikara, it means that I need to symbolize it. Otherwise, there's nothing to be manasikara. So it is a manasikara in the Mahavedala Sutta. So he says animitta. So if you do amanasikara, it automatically turns itself into animitta, no nimitta, no symbol. If there is no symbol, you can't describe that.
What is Manasikara?
Manasikara is attention. You should take everything, like in this room. I can't be focusing on one single thing there. And when I see that one particular thing, I need to describe that thing. When I describe that thing, I can describe it in two ways. In thoughtful attention, what it is, which is yoniso manasikara, or non thoughtful attention, which is ayoniso manasikara. Got it. So now let's say there is the fan which is going around. I know it's a fan, but in real sense, if somebody were to ask, is that the fan? In the conceptual sense, it's a fan. It is blowing air. But in the real sense, it's just matter of Patavi, mainly, what I can see. Then Vayu, because it is blowing air. Then there is heat generated out of that equipment. So it's at least three of the dhatus quality I can see. That is yoniso manasikara. Yoniso is, I love this fan because it giving me such a nice air. Now, when I say nice air, I need to now explain what is niceness in that air, which is Nana Vyanjan, because I have done a symbolization of that fan. So I will say this is a Havel fan. Ah, Havel is very good. I have heard about it. So then the Papancha Sanya Sankha starts. Got the point? So if I am stopping it to the fan in just a conceptual sense, no problem. Just like Vilas in a conceptual sense is the same, the fan in a conceptual sense. As Vilas is not true, so the fan is not true. No, no problem. Because it is Yoniso Manasikara.
So is it like when we are doing a samvar, it automatically gets converted into bhavana if we do it persistently over a period of
Yes,
time?
yes. So with Samvara, you are in Bhavana. So the Indriya Bhavana Sutta, MN 152, talks about how you should be meditating. Bhavana is meditation, meaning how you should remain in that state. It teaches you that provided you have done the Samvara. So Samanaphala Sutta teaches about Samvara. After you have done Samvara, practiced it, then you are in that Bhavana. So he says that if you have gone through that MN 152, he says, wash the Asubha in the Subha. Loathsomeness in unloathsomeness. Okay. What it really means is like this. This fan, as this body, is loathsome. It's not good. If it was good, then I did not require the fan. I wouldn't have felt heat. The Khajaniya Sutta teaches that. You have to have that rupati. So it is either deformed or it is afflicted or it is modified or whatever we could say, that that heat is intolerable. That is felt. So in order to make an alternative arrangement, that is sankhara dukkha has to be taken to maintain that I don't sweat like crazy. I need to have that thing called as fan. So the bhavana here is to know what is a fan and what is I. They both are made out of the same matter. The heat, what I'm feeling in the room, is also of the same matter. When there is heat, means what? There is no air. There's no cold air, which means it is hot air. And hot and cold is temperature. I'm feeling hot means what? I'm feeling the same thing what is outside. Ajhatta is same as bahidda. But the difference here is I'm having the rupati. It's affliction. So now I can see I am tortured by either heat or by cold. If it is cold, I need a heater. If it is hot, I need this. That means I need to take the sankhara dukkha to maintain the dukkha dukkha. And it is viparinama. If the fan might stop working and then I need to do something about it. Right? The same thing can happen with me. I might get fever. And if the fever comes, let's say, I will feel chilled. Instead of feeling hot, now I will want to wear a sweater. What a crazy thing. It's so hot, but I'm feeling chilled. Viparinama dukkha. So now seeing in this way is bhavana. Indriya, you are doing the bhavana of it. So watching it with clear wisdom coming to you, then there's no problem. So you are making a loathsomeness in unloathsome, and unloathsome in loathsome, like that. If you have gone through that sutta. So that's the difference between the Indriya Samvara and Indriya Bhavana.
What is the relation between Yoniso Manasikara and Samadhi?
If you have Yonisa Manasikara, you already established Samadhi. Simple. Now, what is Yonisa Manasikara? Yonisa Manasikara is to know the five aggregates truly what they are. They are dukkha. So now you know the Patisamutpada. How does the dukkha come to be? Simple. Ahara samudayo, rupa samudayo. Ahara nirodho, rupa nirodho. Simple. So now you know arising and cessation. Arising is one side of Patisamutpada and cessation is another side of Patisamutpada. This being, this comes to be. With the arising of this arises. Simple. So you have understood how the rupa, what is rupa. Now we have understood what is rupa samudaya. You have also understood what is rupa nirodha. And then you have understood rupa nirodha gamini patipada. So four noble truths also is understood. You have understood patisamutpada in that. And you have understood what is rupa, what is vedana, what is sanya, what is sankhara, what is vijnana as an experience, bhavana. And hence, you have understood the sammaditthi. So let's take an example. I have understood with food this body is nourished. It is ahara samudaya, rupa samudaya. So now sammaditthi means what? Earlier I was thinking this is my body. Now I know becoming fat, becoming lean has got nothing to do with me. If I eat more food, I turn fat. I don't become fat. The body turns fat. If I don't eat, the body becomes lean. Simple. It looks so easy, but at that moment, the sati will not be there. So, if I know this much, my relishing on food will go away. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. If I'm not hungry, I'm not eating. Clear? Samma ditti. Samma sankappo. Now, what is Samma sankappo? Three. Nekkhamma sankappo, abhyapada sankappo, avihimsa sankappo. So, when I'm eating, if I take only the rupa portion of it, if I'm eating, then I will have nekkhamma, renunciation. I'll treat it as a disease. You have to keep on eating, drinking, eating, drinking, eating, drinking is a disease. Nekkhamma sankappo. Abhyapada sankappo. There is no bhyapada. There is nothing to get angry or agitated with food because it's a medicine. Vihimsa sankappo. I will not torture by doing some crazy ascetic things. When there is hunger, I will only eat to take care of this disease called as hunger and thirst. Samma sankappo. Then third one, samma ajivo. I know I require food. So whatever livelihood which will give me the food in a legitimate way, I will do those activities. So samma ajivo. Samma kammanto. I don't have to kill any being for food. I don't have to do sexual misconduct for food. I don't have to steal anything for food. Simple. So, Samma Kammanto. Samma Vayam. Now, what I can do? I will put in a right effort to cut out those desires which are coming towards relishing of food. In the future, it might come that I will observe. What has come, I will remove. What has already gone, I will establish. What is to be established, I will establish it. So, Vaya. Samma Sati. So I will now establish the Sati. Proper Sati, proper mindfulness while eating. Ahara Samudayo, Rupa Samudayo. It's not my Rupa. I didn't bring it. You eat, it grows. Simple. Samma Samadhi. I mean, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhana. Equanimity. Finished. So, Nirodha is also known and Nirodha Gamini is also known. Ahara Nirodho, Rupa Nirodho. Same thing with Vedana. Passa Samudayo, Vedana Samudayo. Passa Nirodho, Vedana Nirodho. Passa Samudayo, Sanya Samudayo. Passa Nirodho, Sanya Nirodho. Passa Samudayo, Sankhara Samudayo. Passa Nirodho, Sankhara Nirodho. All these three is what mind is. Whatever we call as mind. Which is the sixth sense basis. And it requires contact. So, samadhitti of that is what? If there is contact, feeling, perception, and preparation is going to arise. So, I need to see that I don't go in a kama sukhalukanu yoga is one extreme. Then kila matanu yoga is another extreme. I will not torture on one side and I will not go relishing it. Why? Because with phassa, everything happens. I've understood it. So, Nirodha happens when you understand this. And how did you understand? I got samadhitti. This way of understanding is samadhitti. Then samma sankappo, nekkhamma sankappo. Why? Because I know the contact causes feelings. Either sukha vedana or a dukkha vedana. So I would like to be neutral. Because I've understood ahara samudayo, rupa samudayo, vedana, sanya, sankhara also will be like that. Okay. Then, if I understand for all the 8 of them, then the last one, which is Nama Rupa Samudayo, Vinyana Samudayo, Nama Rupa Nirodho, Vinyana Nirodho. So, Nama Rupa is, as we have discussed for many number of times, is Nama portion, is just a formal name. You formalize something. So Naveen is a formal name. Vilas is a formal name. Not the name of the object. It's just a name. You have to create a concept, like a house is a concept. iPhone is a concept. Computer is a concept. All these are conceptual realities. So conceptual realities has a name because it has phassa, vedana, sanya, chetana, manasikara. These are the 5 things which constitute in creating a name in 4 categories. That is, this akara, if this is of this shape, if it is this linga, that is this kind of gender or attributes, if it is this nimitta, that is the symbol, and if this is this uddesha, is purpose. So Vilas is a body. In this body, the name is Vilas, serving some purpose purpose of a father or a son or a husband or a brother or a citizen of a country, etc., etc., is the purpose. On what? On the rupa. So, adhivachana sampassa on one side and patigha sampassa on the other side. Adhivachana is to say what this object is. So, when the object strikes, patigha, you have to say what this is striking. So, the form is only created in the name. That is nominal form. It's just in the name. There is no form as Vilas. There is no form as iPhone. There is no form as computer. You just take these 5 elements, or rather 4 elements, and call it as though a real thing exists. So the Vijnana now makes this iPhone. So when there is mind, this mind object means what? When I say mind, it is phassa, vedana, phassa happening with vedana, vedana gets created, sanya, sankhar, 3 things. Now when I see this, there is a feeling of something being there. And then the symbol comes, the sanya. Then I do a sankhar. Now the nominal form, where the form is only in the name. The form here is Pathavi Apo Tejo Vayu. The form in this so-called computer is Pathavi Apo Tejo Vayu. The form in iPhone is also Pathavi Apo Tejo Vayu. Isn't it the Vijnana now has created an iPhone? Am I not experiencing iPhone? Yes. Am I not experiencing Vilas? Yes. Am I not experiencing Naveen on the other side? Yes. Am I not experiencing computer? Yes. So as long as Nama Rupa exists, or as long as Nama Rupa comes, Samudaya, Vijnana gets generated or created or arises. As this arises, so that arises. Meaning, this being, this comes to be. This being means what? This being is Nama and Rupa. Being, this comes to be. There is Patigga Sanya, Adivachana. This comes to be. With arising of this, with the arising of Nama Rupa, this arises. What arises? Vijnana arises. Iti imasmim sati idam hoti, imassa uppada idam uppajjati. Now I am seeing this magic. This is the illusion. What is the illusion? The nominal form is an illusion over the formal name. So if I am able to catch this magician by any chance, like indicated in the Pena Pindupama Sutta, if I am able, if the mind by itself, through cleansing in the sense that in the chitta, the color, chetasika, by some reason, these chetasikas have become pure as the chitta. Then the magician is found. So now the experiencer and experience are the same. They are not different. The reflective consciousness and the reflection are the same. When I catch it, meaning chitta being pure, able to catch itself in the act, then the Vijnana gets Nirodha. So now the relief here is no longer Vilas exist. Is dead before the death could come and kill. So you have become Amruta, no Mruta. Why? Namarupa is the cause for this existence. If the Namarupa itself is not there, where is the existence now? No Samadhitti. Rupa Samudaya has happened through Ahara. Vedana Samudaya has happened through Phassa. Sanya Samudaya has happened through Phassa. Sankhara Samudaya has happened through Phassa. Namarupa has created Vinyana. Now I have caught hold of that magician. I've seen the trick. Trick is what? Nominal form over formal name. Form only in the name. There is no form. But this theoretically, intellectually is not going to help. You need to have that aha moment. Ah, I got it. And that's it. Oh, you're done. Now no longer anybody can cheat you. For the external world, you still say, I have a wife, I have a son, I have a daughter, I have this home, I have that, if the blah blah. You know how you are playing it around. Now you have understood this magical illusion. Nibbidha has happened. Disillusionment has happened. So viraga automatically happens because there is nothing to possess, there is nothing to get out of it. If there is nothing to get out of it, viragaya nirodha happens. Cessation. Cessation happens. Abhinya, the what's that? Nibiddhaya, viragaya, nirodha, upasama happens. Peace. You feel filled with peace. There is no nominal form. You no longer run behind it. So such a peaceful existence. Now you are able to see in a different way, abhinya. Now you have experienced Four Noble Truths, Sambodha. And at the end of the Fourth Noble Truth, that is, till you come to the last one, Samma Adi, Samma Jnana, Samma Vimukti. Chitta gets released from this double acting. Now there is no need for it to act. It just is. It's just is. No was, no will be, just is. That witness is Nibbana. Just the witness. Because it doesn't have any condition now. Everything else have to be conditioned. Witness has no condition. What condition will you set for a witness? If you have this camera, which is witnessing everything, what condition will you set? Nothing. You switch off the light, it's still witnessing. If you switch on the light, also it is witnessing. If you both switch off and switch on the light, also it is witnessing. If you are moving away, it is still witnessing. If you are sitting here, still witnessing. Nothing is happening to the camera. By not being there, it is not crying that, oh my goodness, this guy went away. By sitting here, he is not relishing, oh, what a fantastic thing I'm having. So, there is one small gatha in which a deity comes and asks, Gotama, answer me this riddle. Do you rejoice on getting what? Then it says, oh, Gautama doesn't rejoice. Then it says, do you feel sad on losing what, my friend? Then the deity says, oh, Gautama doesn't become sad in losing anything. And then Buddha says, you're right. There is nothing to lose and nothing to gain. In a sakshi, witness, there is nothing to be gained or lost because it's unconditioned. Conditionality creates gain and loss. So there are eight ways of seeing it, life. So it is gain and loss, like that, a pair. There are four pairs. So that is not there. Just a witness, like the camera.